Imagine this, you've got a pile of laundry waiting, you load up the washing machine, press the start button, and nothing happens. Annoying, isn't it? It's a common problem that can throw a wrench into your daily routine. Suddenly, the simplicity of clean clothes becomes a complex issue. But before you pull out your hair or dial up the repairman, take a deep breath. We're about to embark on a troubleshooting journey to bring your washer back to life. Don't worry, you're not alone, and we're here to help you find a solution. Before diving into the technical aspects, there are a few basic checks everyone should try first. Let's start with the most obvious one, the power supply. Ensure that your washing machine is properly plugged in and the outlet is functioning as it should. You can test this by plugging in another device. If the outlet is fine and the machine still won't turn on, check the power cord for any visible damage. Next, make sure the door of your washing machine is fully closed. Some models have a safety feature that prevents the machine from starting if the door isn't properly secured. Lastly, your washing machine might simply be in pause or sleep mode. This can happen if a cycle was interrupted or not completed. Try pressing the start or reset button to see if this gets the machine going. If these basic checks don't resolve the issue, it's time to delve deeper. If the basic checks didn't work, don't fret. There are a few more advanced steps that can help identify the problem. First, let's take a look at the washing machine's timer. This little gadget is responsible for controlling all the cycles in your machine. If it's faulty, your washer simply won't start. You'll need a multimeter to check for continuity. If the timer isn't getting continuous electricity, it's time for a replacement. Next on the list is the lid switch. This safety feature ensures your washer won't run with the lid open. If it's malfunctioning, your machine might think the lid is always open, even when it's not. To test it, you'll again need your trusty multimeter. If there's no electrical continuity, you've found the culprit. Now let's talk about the motor. If it's overheated, your washing machine might refuse to start until it's cooled down. You can usually identify an overheated motor by a burning smell or excessive heat. If it's warm to the touch, give it some time to cool down and try starting your machine again. If all these checks come back normal, it's time to inspect the drive belt. This component transfers the motor's rotation to the washer's drum. If it's broken or worn out, the drum won't spin and your machine won't start. Visually inspect the belt. If it's loose, frayed, or broken, it's time for a replacement. It's important to note that these are more advanced troubleshooting steps, and they do require some level of comfort with handling electrical components. If you're not completely comfortable performing these checks, or if you've followed these steps and your washer still won't start, it's time to call in the pros. Troubleshooting a washing machine can be a complex task, but with a step-by-step guide and a bit of patience, you can identify and fix many common problems. Remember, safety first. If you're uncomfortable performing these checks, it's always best to call a professional. Let's quickly recap what we've covered, ensuring you haven't missed anything. We began our journey with an introduction to the common problem of a washing machine that won't start. It's a frustrating issue, but one that can often be solved with some basic checks and a bit of patience. We then moved on to discuss the basic checks that you can perform. We highlighted the importance of ensuring that there's power reaching your machine, checking that the door is properly closed, and verifying that the machine is not in pause mode. These may seem like simple steps, but they are often overlooked and can be the root cause of the problem. Next, we delved into the more advanced troubleshooting techniques. This included examining the washing machine's control panel, the water supply, and even the inner workings of the machine itself. We also touched on the need to check the motor and the pump, as well as the possibility of a faulty lid switch causing your woes. In all of this, the key takeaway is that troubleshooting a washing machine that won't start involves a systematic approach. By starting with the basics and gradually moving to more complex issues, you can pinpoint the problem and possibly fix it yourself. Remember, when in doubt, it's always best to consult with a professional. Thanks for watching, and we hope this guide helps get your washing machine back up and running.